Hey, what's going on, everybody? Rob Satch from Feedbackwrench here. I want to talk a little bit about starting your own business and what's that like. Is it good? What are the drawbacks? But I just want to share something that I've been thinking about. I'm just blown away that I get to do what I do. I used to joke that, my first job that I had was at Perkins, and then I got a job at Best Buy, and I love Best Buy. I love technology. And yesterday I was talking about, I was saying the same joke that I always say, that when I retire, what I think I want to do is I want to go work at Best Buy part-time. And then I'm like, well, Best Buy doesn't carry the high-end electronics, so I want to go work in a camera shop or a computer shop. That would be perfect. And I'm like, gosh, none of those really exist. I'm like, you know what? And I realized that I'm doing what I love. I love Feedbackwrench. I love helping small businesses. I love writing. I love helping craft value statements and running campaigns and watching it rain for businesses. I absolutely love that. Like, it just genuinely, it's what I do. It's just what I do. And the other day I was talking with some friends, and they were like, you know what I like? I like that I don't have to bring work home with me. When I'm done work and I go home and I don't have to think about work again. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, God, that's so opposite of me. Like, on one side, part of why they were saying it is they make this assumption that I bring home with me, work, the buck stops at me, right? There is nobody else. It is ultimately up to me and my staff to do everything. But what's really neat is I love what I do. It's what I do. Like, on my day, it's my hobby. I love writing about business. I love thinking about business. I love everything to do with entrepreneurship. I love everything to do with technology. And that's the other part. So I used to make this joke that I'm like, I would go work at Best Buy. And then I'm like, you know what? No, I actually do everything. I have a technology channel that I'm growing called Brave Carrot. Like, I haven't started with the YouTube content yet because I've put some of it on Feedbackwrench, but I'm launching a whole new channel called bravecarrot.com, but it's Brave Carrot YouTube channel where I'm going to talk about technology because I love it. I've worked 10 years at Best Buy. Still to this day, like, I'm a tech geek. Tech is my favorite thing. I don't shoot, I don't hunt, I don't fish, I don't do any of that stuff. I have technology. I love taking videos and photos of my kids and my family and capturing memories and everything. And I love sharing ideas. So I'm like, gosh, I get to do what I like to do. I get to use technology. I get to teach people because I used to love helping people at Best Buy by solving their problems when they want to buy stuff. But I can do that on YouTube now. You can do that through blogging. Like, we do that through our website. It's so funny. So what was really weird to me is people talking about that, oh man, I love my job because it doesn't come home with me, right? I know some family talking about it. They were in the construction field, and I get it, right? If you're in the construction business and you own the business, work comes home with you. And it's certainly, I get calls on the weekends, I get calls at night, stuff breaks, websites go down, not very often, but every once in a while, something just doesn't work, right? And I get those phone calls, and they can keep you up at night. You just get sick and things don't feel right. But you know what? The most beautiful thing about entrepreneurship and owning your own business and building and crafting your own business is you can make it into whatever you want it to be, not just for your own enjoyment, but also so that it's a great solution to people's problems. Like, there's nothing worse than having to sell or be part of a business that's mediocre. Like, I can never sell a business that's not like the best, like one of the best. I set out to make businesses that are one of the best, that ultimately, if you had a choice and it was all free, you'd choose us because we do a heck of a job. Not just because of the price, but because of what we actually do and accomplish for you. That's just in my blood, right? And I get to concoct a business and change the business and lead and develop people and develop strategies and implement strategies that do that. I love that, right? Now, I get it if all you were doing is, not all you're doing, if you're in a different industry, it's different. But if you're in the financial services world, consulting, or if you do professional services or anything like that, man, I think you're missing out if you don't step out and start your own gig. There's a ton of risk, though. So I was also thinking about, the thing that got me to start in entrepreneurship and start as owning my own shop was I got fired, right? And it was the best thing that ever happened to me because ultimately I had to get it together. right? I had to make this decision. What am I going to do? And the first job was at Thrivent Financial, where you're a financial planner, right? And it's, they make it more like it's a commission sales job rather than owning your own business. But really, you're owning your own business. And it took about 10 minutes for me to figure out that, I don't love the products and the solutions here. If I love the products and solution, that'd be good. Plus, the bureaucracy was just a nightmare. So besides that, though, like, entrepreneurship's hard, and getting fired put me in a position where I had to figure it out, right? Now, God has provided in huge ways. It's funny, like a couple times where we've had financial hardships, 5-6 years ago, there'd be a tax return that would show up that was bigger than what we thought it would be because we were overpaying through our tax returns, or just little things like that, because there's certainly been hard times, and there's stressful times. But all in all, man, it's worth it. It's so awesome. It's super hard. You got to get sales, you got to execute. But I'm telling you guys, a lot of people don't understand how much value there is in having your own business, to be able to craft it into what you want it to be able to have, like, the economic upside is as deep as you want to go. Like, my economic upside, my financial future is not predicated on whether or not I suck up to my boss. It's not whether or not my regional manager likes me. It's, did I add value and did I make sales? Did I find more people to add enough value and execute so that they would pay me again? Right? Well, they keep paying that retainer bill because we're getting it done for them. And I love that. It's just this true meritocracy. Now, it's hard. You got to put the pieces together. It's not a simple thing. And what gets you started isn't what gets you to the phase 2 where you start to build people and organize. And, entrepreneurship takes different skills than management does. Management is a whole other thing. And there's a lot into that. But folks, if you're thinking about getting into your own business, take the risk. Go without for a while and make that investment to start. It's so worth it. It's so difficult in sometimes, but in other ways, sometimes you just got to pull the cord and go, right? And you look at, there's a lot of people that have stories similar to mine, but I just want to encourage you, if you're thinking about it, I think you should do it. I think it'll be worth it. And reach out to us. We'd love to help you with your digital footprint, your websites and whatnot. We've got inexpensive options for people when they're first getting started. So God bless, good luck, and be wise. Right now we're entering a political season. And I think one of the things that people need to realize is that, you're employed at will. People forget that if you don't like the wage you're earning, go find somewhere else. And in business, we have where us, the business owners, and our employees and our teams are in charge of the means of production. And folks, I really mean this. We have to stop believing the socialist lies. I'm not a big Trump guy. I voted for him once. I'm going to vote for him again because I like his policies as opposed to socialist policies. I cannot accept socialism. I cannot accept the state taking over the means of production because all it does is hamper supply. Supply gets hampered by bureaucracy and state taking it over, and they get it wrong and they break things. They cause shortages. They made some rules in COVID and boom, toilet paper was out. People chastised the free market for that, but really what that was 100% government. Anyways, all that being said, if you really want economic and social upward movement, not only economics, but if you want to have a life that's meaningful, we need to keep two things alive. The ability to have employment at will and the ability to have the means of production controlled by private parties. As soon as the government is doing it, it will break. We won't want to go to work anymore. Trust me. Your incentives will be shattered and you will not want to work. So let's vote for the non-socialist moving forward. And I know that might tick some of you off, but I love you and I want good things for you. And you can dislike that all you want, but let me know about it in the comments. Good luck. God bless. Have a good one.